Hello and good morning this time. Just gone 8 o'clock in the morning, and as everyone knows, it was the GTCC final yesterday, finishing off the league with two more races. The first being at Blue Moon Bay infield, which we're about to watch, and I'm going to do some commentary over, and the second being at the Nordschleife. So yeah, I'm going to press play, and thanks for joining, mate. Hopefully we all enjoyed our racing, and just going to show you my perspective on my race. Not the most exciting race all the way through, so I'll be popping in and viewing other people's races as well, but certainly going to watch my first couple of laps, because I've got a bit to say about it. Joining us at the start, Diablo having a good qualifying and putting it on pole. Paul K came in second, Coalition Soldier in third, and Robust the Hood in fourth, me in fifth, Viala UK in sixth, seventh is Darks Mocha and CK Riley in eighth. So we got a decent start. Viala at the side of us here. I'm aware that he's down the inside, so I give him room. I struggled at the start here. I ended up just having someone next to me every time I wanted to take the line that I wanted to take. I felt like I had to give room or a bit of space or break early, so guys in front are having a bit of a tussle already, which keeps us in touch with them. So again, Paul down the inside there. Kind of saw him at last minute and gave him that extra bit of room, but lost my run out of that corner because of it, so it's dropped me back again to my teammate KX Savage. Accidental little tap there, no doubt, no big deal. I obviously, as you can tell by my livery, race for Team Fanta in the MRC, and we had a really good race here, as you can see. Teammate next to me, and I believe CK Riley right at the back there, taking up 9th place. He's Team Fanta as well. So anyway, so first lap completed. So again, the guys in front are just running away with it here. I'm having to compromise my lines to give people space. I love the sound of that GTR. It's good to see some other cars other than the TT in the GTCC Championship sometimes. So again, I'm aware Dark's Mockers there, so I give room and I end up back in 8th place. So at the moment I'm starting to panic. I've come into this race knowing that I'm top of the league. I've got the 14 points advantage over my next competitor, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, was Coalition Soldier, and certainly if it wasn't Coalition, it was Robust the Hood. The points were very close. Forgive me for not keeping track of it brilliantly. So yeah, I make a pass on KX Savage there, fellow Fanta teammate down his inside. So actually 3 in a row here, 5th, 6th and 7th is all Team Fanta. So again, good racing from us guys to get our team points on the board there. So this is where the race opens up a little bit for me. It gets a little bit gets a bit lonely, if I'm honest. I've pulled the gap to K Savage, so I don't have to worry about defending to him, but obviously I'll keep an eye on him. He's seems like a good race. It's not someone I can just assume is going to stay behind me, but at the moment I've got enough of a gap to relax that little bit. So I'm already disappointed. I'm on the 3rd lap and I've lost the guys in front. I can't even see them, apart from Diablo showing his face there. He's gone wide, so I'm gained 4th place because of that. So I'm going to take this opportunity whilst I'm doing this to say to everyone that it's my first season in league racing. Started in at the beginning of the season, obviously. It was the MRC GTCC. Thoroughly enjoyed every single race. Big respect to Dennis for putting the effort in, doing the write-ups, photos, numerous other documentation that he does for the league. Documentation's the wrong word, but all I'm trying to say is well done, Dennis. Keep up the good work. You do a great job, and I think the standard of driving and the fact that everyone seems to really enjoy this league is credit to yourself, mate. So keep it going. I think we all really appreciate it, even if we don't all say so on a daily basis. Anyway, I've had a brilliant season, and I think I can speak for more or less everyone else that's joined in. Really good season. So I find myself on my own here a little bit. We'll take a look back at Cake Savage again. Pull the gap. So I'm going to look at the race slightly differently from now on. There's not a lot of action in this race, I'll be honest. I had a quick run through of it this morning before I went and got my hair cut. But something that I did notice is that the lap times are really worth keeping an eye on between everyone. So I'll flick through the guys, see what's going on. And Coalition's on the back bumper of Paul, and good time to flip through, and Coalition goes down the inside of Paul there, and I believe he makes that position stick. Paul looks like he ran a little bit wide, so he's lost his opportunity to come back in straight away, so he'll have to put in that little bit of effort to get onto the back of him to challenge again. Roberts the Hood still in the lead. He looks like he's putting in good laps, Roberts, and making the most of being out front. I think the bulk of the action we're going to end up watching is between these two, Coalition and Paul K Gaming. Looks like they had a really good race. Unfortunately, I couldn't join you guys this time. Few compromised laps at the beginning dropped me back too far to keep up with you guys, but slightly annoying for me because I wanted the second to last race to be a good one, and end up being a bit of a lonely one, but that's racing, I guess. You can't have a brilliant race every race. So Diablo's managed to overtake Cake Savage there, take a position off my teammate, up into 5th. For some reason I really like the camera angles around here. I think they do the track a lot of justice with the replays. So we'll go back and have another peek at Coalition and Paul. So looks like Paul's regained the place. I assume that's probably a mistake by Coalition Soldier that's giving him the place back because just because of the gap he's got. I don't mean that in a bad way against Paul. He's more than capable of overtaking, but just seems like that gap's quite big to say he must have only just got past him. So I'm assuming Coalition's made a mistake or missed that there, I guess. Could go back, but that would make the video extremely long, going back all the time. I'll just try and commentate on what I managed to catch as we go. So again, as I mentioned earlier, just taking note of these lap times on the right. So if I do a little bit of a comparison, we'll go up to Robus. So we're only 6 laps in, everyone's settling into the race, but as you can see, Robus has already put 3 laps under 112 in, so good quick laps there from Robus, and no doubt that's why he's got the lead and the gap to Paul there. Just being consistent and just getting his head down and getting those laps in. Let's have a look at Paul's. So again, consistent, not quite as fast as Robus, but he's battling away with Coalition. Side by side. Coalition down the inside, Paul on the outside, giving each other plenty of room heading into there. closing up as they get on the brakes. Again, Paul K Gaming flashing his lights, letting Coalition Soldier know he's there. Don't want to attempt something and then find out Coalition's no idea. So just giving him that extra warning there with the lights to let him know he wants to give him a challenge, I guess. Anyway, going back to the times, Paul K Gaming, Coalition Soldier, they're all pretty consistent, and if you look at my times, this is basically why I'm so far behind in 4th place off the back of these guys, Paul K Gaming. Look at the times, I'm nowhere near the people in front. I haven't even done a 1:11 yet, and I'm on my 8th lap, so that's why I've dropped back. I felt like it was a decent race at the time. I struggled at the beginning, like I say, but I took that and just carried on and tried my best, but just the guys in front were just too quick. Fair play to them, that's what it's all about. I just wish I'd have been there having a good race with them, but hey ho. Let's have a look at Diablo. Again, his lap times are a bit up and down, but overall he's getting more consistent as the race goes on. Cakes Savage, let's have a look. It's pretty good times there from Cakes. Maybe not the fastest, but consistent, so that's good lapping. That's Mocha. Again, we're getting a bit slower. These guys are that little bit further back, and probably had that little bit more trouble with traffic through the beginning couple of laps. But still setting good times. No better than, no worse or no better than what I'm doing really. But I just happen to have track position further up the road. Again, not that consistent from Viala there, I'll be honest, but I can see why this track, I personally find it a bit of a tricky track to put a consistency together with. Don't know why, I can't really put my finger on why. It's not the most technical track in the world, but I just really struggle to hit those lines lap after lap after lap and keep those lap times within 0.3 of a second of each other. That's what I always look for when in ultimate consistency in a track that I really know well. I want my fastest and my worst time to be within 0.3 of a second of each other. Bit of an ask sometimes, but on some tracks I have done it, it is possible. If you know you're being that consistent as well, it's up to the people around you to actually be faster than you, to actually gain on you, rather than you giving it away through mistakes. I'm not telling anyone anything they don't know there, obviously, but sometimes I like to think I look at it slightly differently than some people do, so just giving my perspective on it. So yeah, anyway, getting back, let's watch Paul. There's nothing really going on in my race. See me there in the background. Paul and Coalition still pretty close together. They've opened up the gap a little bit, but they're still having a good old race. One little mistake from either of them, and no doubt they'll be swearing and regretting it. So yeah, they're having a good battle without just focusing on being clean and keeping in the slipstream from Paul's point of view, and Coalition just trying to be clean and pull some kind of gap to Paul so he don't have to defend. Let's have a look at Robus. I noticed on a little watch this replay earlier, not that I watched it all properly, but I flicked through quickly, and funnily enough, my fastest lap and Robus the Hood's fastest lap was actually on lap 15, so look out for that. I'll try and remember. Make sure watching Robus for that, because it was a fast lap. It was a 1:11.5, I think. So I'm tempted to fast forward a little bit here, if I'm honest, because there's nothing really going on that much. Let's look at the guys that are further back. everyone seems to have opened the gap up to the driver in front and behind, so not the most exciting race for everyone, but a good one all the same. I think it was about this point in the race where I started thinking to myself, hang on, I'm in 4th place, what have I got to do at Nords to actually secure this championship here? I've dropped places to my main competitors, the people on the podium positions at the moment. Roberts, the Hood Coalition, Soldier and Portclear Gaming. I know I mentioned you a lot, sorry for not mentioning everyone else as much, but it's just the nature of what I'm talking about. Anyway, yeah, so I know that those 3 in front of me are taking points out of me, so I've started already thinking as I'm going around on my own what have I got to do at Nords to actually keep this championship alive. I feel like if I lose this 1st place, I've had 14 points going into these 2 races to play with, and I'd be absolutely gutted if I managed to mess that up with a 14-point lead. So I don't expect to win every race, but I certainly wanted to hold on to the championship position I have. Looking at my fastest lap there so far, lap 8, it was a 1:11.879. So not too bad. Class anything under 1:12 here as a quick lap. Run as close to that wall as you dare. Go back to Paul and Coalition, that's where I'm going to find the most action, I guess. Again, looking back to Coalition there. Let's have a look. So Coalition's fastest lap, whilst we're at fastest laps, lap 11, a 1:11.677. If he beats that, I will try and update you. Paul K's a 1:11.881, so they're all pretty close, as you can see. Everyone's is pretty close so far. Looks like Roberts the Hood's fastest lap was early in the race and not on the screen there. I do apologise for missing that. So Diablo again, not quite in the 1:11s, but 7th lap was his fastest so far, and it's a 1:12.099. A good lap again. Darks Mocker is putting a 1:11.898 on lap 10. Cake Savage, one of my teammates for Fanta, he's done a 1.12 1 point, sorry, just yeah, sorry, I lost my thread a little bit there. So getting back to what we're saying, KX Savage managed to put his fastest lap in of a 1:12.747. Sorry about losing what I was saying there. So we're coming up to lap 15. I'll come back to the guys at the back, but I want to I know this is Roberts' fastest lap, so if you look at his last 3 laps as well, very consistent times, like I was saying, within 0.3 of a second of each other, so very consistent indeed. That's what you want to be looking at, and that's how you win races, quite frankly. So Roberts the Hood doing a really good job in this race, full credit to him. He's led from the very start. Qualifying was good. I felt like I qualified the best I possibly could. I felt like I put a really good lap in. Didn't put me in first place, but goes to show everyone's very competitive in this league. So I don't know why it's not highlighted on the screen there as his fastest lap, but Roberts the Hood has just done on lap 15 a 1:11.514, so a very, very quick lap. And again, just draw your attention to it, very consistent, so impressive stuff there from Roberts. One to look out for in the future if he continues racing with the MRC. Certainly be winning races, no doubt. So not a lot of action going on, nothing I can really do about that. I do apologise for it maybe not being the most entertaining video, but that's down to everyone that's driving, that's not my fault. And I'm sure everyone's mind as we're going around lap 16, everyone's having a quick glance, seeing how many laps are left, and everyone's mind's starting to wander towards the fear that everyone feels racing around the Nordschleife. I certainly was nervous about it. Done some practice this week, midweek, some on video, some on not on video, but I feel like 2 weeks ago I was really quite good at that track, and it seems to have deserted me recently. So I don't know if anyone else feels like this, but certainly feel like I go through spells of good and bad driving where I feel like I'm really confident and feel like I could drive any car around any track and put good laps in, and then almost a day later I'm struggling to do what I love and what I know I should be able to do. So I think I'm going through one of those phases at the moment where I'm not performing to my best, but like I say, I think these things kind of come in waves in a way, so I just need to wait to get back on the crest of the wave, I suppose, is the term I could use. Just start feeling a bit more confident again and getting some race wins again. The last 2 races before this one, I had 2 second places, so I've had a few race wins this season, but earlier in the championship, and that's what's put me in good stead for being at the top of the leaderboard. So just watching Roberts here, still setting those consistent laps. Very, again, I know I've said it already, but credit where credit's due. Very good race, Roberts third. Pleasure watching it back. Looking at those times, you've done really well, and I extend that to everyone. I don't want it to seem like I've got any favourites here. I've just raced closely with the guys in the podium positions a bit more than the people that are further back, that's all. So I just feel like I know them a little bit more, I know their style a little bit more, that's all it is. I'm not playing favourites, please forgive me if you think I am, it's not my intention. Again, flicking through, just trying to find a bit of action to talk about really, but there's not a lot going on. Okay, Savage is trying to get back onto the back of Dark's Mocker there. Trying to reel him in down the straight in the slipstream. 150-mile-an-hour entry into that corner there. I'm just going to spend a lap with Viala because, quite frankly, there's only one GTR in this race and it sounds different to every other car, so for no other reason than that, let's have a listen. TTs, in my opinion, don't sound brilliant, so always nice to hear a car that sounds good from the exhaust. So, I nearly forgot, but I'll just recap the fastest laps. I think I did KX Savage, if I remember rightly. Viala UK, I might have done U2, but I'll mention it again. 13th lap was a 1:12.392, so a little way off the guys in front in first place, second place, but Still competitive lap times by anyone's standards. So CK Riley right at the back for Team Fanta, getting the reverse grid. I wonder if CK was actually using a bit of strategy here for the Nordschleife, but let's assume that it wasn't, and he was trying hard. And if it was, then fair play. Strategy is a genuine part of all this. So if you want to come last on the first race to start in pole on the Nordschleife, it's not that bad an idea. So again, seems to be lap 15 for a lot of us, but 1:12.272 is his fastest. Again, not bad. So guys at the front have actually finished now. Do apologise for missing them coming over the line, but I think we're all glad that one's over in a way. It's been a good season, but it's almost a weight off your shoulders when some of these races end and you get the position that you're after. So I think the fastest lap I've seen anyway, through scanning through, was Paul Roberts the Hoods there, a 1:11.514. So anyway, that's it. I've been ADG123. Hope everyone's enjoyed listening. I'm going to head to the Nordschleife now and commentate of that. Probably won't show a lot of my race because, quite frankly, I was a bit drunk and it was terrible. But I will talk you through what I was thinking maybe, because like I say, I was trying to win the championship in this race and I had the fear that it was all getting away from me. So quite an interesting one from that perspective anyway. So thanks for watching if you have. Yeah, again, I've been ADG123. Feel free to like. Bit of a shame GTCC has come to an end, so I'm going to be doing some different content. I'm going to do some endurance racing with Paul K in the SRTV Endurance League in the Jag we've decided on, and yeah, that should be good. So I'm going to do some videos with commentary of that. Hope people tune in and enjoy it. Yeah, anyway, I'll see you shortly at the Nürburgring Nordschleife. Goodbye.